Antarctica, the last great wilderness. A place so hostile, so remote, that most people will never set foot on its frozen ground. But what if this icy continent, hidden beneath layers of snow and silence, is not what we think it is? What if beneath its surface lie ancient secrets, forbidden technologies, and life forms unlike anything we've ever seen? For decades, rumors have swirled about what's really happening at the bottom of the world. Rumors of government secrecy, hidden structures, forbidden zones, and creatures no one dares to name. This is the story they don't want you to hear. Let's start with what we know. Antarctica spans over 5 million square miles, with ice sheets that reach over 3 kilometers thick. Beneath that ice lies an entire unknown world. Mountain ranges, underground lakes, and vast cave systems warmed by geothermal energy. Some of these caves are so large they could house entire cities. But the most chilling part, over 70% of the continent's subglacial terrain remains unmapped. We literally don't know what's under there. Some of those places are not just unknown, they're off-limits. While the Antarctic Treaty of 1959 was meant to ensure peaceful scientific cooperation, there are areas that remain highly restricted even today. Parts of Marie Byrd Land are inaccessible, and regions around the South Pole are surrounded by a strange combination of scientific research and military outposts. Why would peaceful research require armed enforcement? And why are permits for civilian exploration so tightly controlled? Let's talk about one of the most controversial sites in Antarctica, Lake Vostok. It's one of the world's largest subglacial lakes, hidden beneath more than 12,000 feet of ice. It's been sealed off from the surface for over 15 million years. When Russian scientists finally drilled into it in 2012, the world held its breath. What kind of life might be found in a place untouched by time? What they found was never fully revealed. Shortly after contact with the lake was made, the research was suddenly classified. Rumors began to spread, claims that the lake contained microbial life forms with genetic signatures unlike anything on Earth. Some said they were Precambrian organisms. Others claimed they were extraterrestrial. Even members of the Russian research team were suddenly reassigned. What exactly happened under the ice? Why was international collaboration abruptly stopped? But Vostok is just the beginning. In recent years, satellite images have revealed strange formations beneath the ice. Giant dome-shaped objects, perfectly symmetrical pyramid-like structures, massive trenches, and what appear to be artificial tunnels. Some images were removed from public access shortly after being published. Others were blurred or explained away. But independent researchers and internet sleuths continue to find more anomalies, features that suggest artificial design, not natural formation. One particular site near the Shackleton Range caught global attention. A large geometric structure half buried in ice, with dimensions too perfect to be random. Was it a building, a radar array, or something much older, perhaps even predating humanity itself? In 2015, explorers uncovered strange extremophile bacteria living in subglacial Antarctic rivers, organisms that didn't rely on sunlight or oxygen, but instead fed on iron and sulfur. This discovery shook the scientific world. If life can thrive here, under such extreme conditions, who's to say it hasn't evolved into something more complex in even deeper areas? Some researchers and whistleblowers have gone further, suggesting that beneath the ice live massive, ancient creatures that have evolved in isolation for millions of years. Sightings of gigantic invertebrates, deep sonar scans that return moving, organic signatures, and most disturbing of all, accounts of mutilated penguin corpses found deep inland, carved with unnatural precision. Who or what did that? Now let's talk about the human presence. Currently, dozens of research stations dot the Antarctic landscape: American, Russian, Chinese, European. But beneath the surface, some of these research sites are rumored to be involved in more than science. There are persistent reports of underground facilities, secret experiments, and operations that have nothing to do with climate change or geology. In fact, several whistleblowers claim there are labs developing advanced biological tools, some meant for mind control, others designed for silent population manipulation. Why is Antarctica the perfect location? Because it's isolated, difficult to access, and legally ambiguous. In theory, no single nation can own any part of Antarctica. But in practice, certain areas are completely off-limits, unless you are part of a very specific, government-approved team. Even more strange are the accounts of rapid response military activity, armed aircraft patrolling ice fields, unmarked helicopters moving supplies to places that don't appear on any map, reports of strange antenna installations near the South Pole, possibly related to HARP-style energy research or atmospheric experimentation. And then, of course, there are the conspiracy theories that stretch the limits of belief, but refuse to disappear. Some believe Antarctica hides remnants of an ancient advanced civilization, perhaps even Atlantis. Others claim that under the ice lies a gateway or portal, possibly to a parallel dimension, or even something extraterrestrial. And then there are those who say Antarctica hides an enormous hollow cavity within the Earth, one that connects to a vast inner world we've never seen. Too far-fetched? Maybe. But then again, why are we not allowed to go there? Why do satellite images go missing? Why are explorers silenced? Why do we know more about the surface of Mars than what's under our own South Pole? The truth is, Antarctica is not just a frozen wasteland. It's a fortress, a vault, a forbidden continent. And as climate shifts, ice melts, and technology evolves, whatever's been buried there for millennia may not stay hidden much longer.